Hey Reiki Cafe, it's Christine Renee here. Thanks for watching the replay if you're catching the replay. So Regina and I had an awesome retreat weekend. We thoroughly enjoyed it. And when I got back, I had a couple of questions in my inbox on private message and whatnot, asking for information, some business Reiki questions, and one of them was on Reiki circles, because one of my Reiki students is moving to a new area and she doesn't know anyone in this area yet. Like, for the most part, she needs to connect with her people, her tribe, her Reiki community that she hasn't met yet. So one of the things that I wanted to do was to put out there some basics on how to host a Reiki circle. So anyone can host a Reiki circle. It's helpful if you're a level 2 or a Reiki master, but you have to always keep going back to remembering Reiki can do no harm. And by hosting these Reiki circles, you're really letting that love and light shine in your community. So the big part about hosting is knowing how to kind of advertise and get your community together. But once you're actually there, it seems pretty simple. So let me get through a few steps before we get to how do you actually do it the day of. So about 2 weeks prior to your event, 2 to 3 weeks prior, you want to hang up some flyers. If you're new to your community, this is a great way to really get out and share your face, your content with your community. And so what the Reiki flyer needs to have is the who, what, when, where, why. And, you know, maybe a picture of you or someone doing Reiki so that they know what to expect. You can often, my favorite photos for Reiki circles is when you have a table with multiple hands on the client on the table, because it's kind of an example of what a Reiki circle is. So I do all my flyers on canva.com. It's a great resource. It's free, and the flyers turn out amazing. So check out canva.com, and then you're going to want to do a Facebook event. Also, once again, you're going to need a photo. You're going to want to put the who, where, what, why, and when in the Facebook event. Now, if you have a Facebook business page, that's great. You always want to do it for your business side, because then you can boost that event. Even throwing $10 at it will get it in front of more people than you would expect. And if you're doing Facebook ads or boosting, you can really target your audience to those who are interested in Reiki as a hobby. You can target it to Reiki masters as a profession, as an employment, or Reiki practitioners as an employment. So those are some really easy tips that if you have a business page and you're promoting Reiki circles, it's really good way to get it right in front of people. And then about 2 days before your event, even if it's just on your personal page, do a Facebook Live. Go on and say, hey, I'm inviting everyone over. No matter what your experience level is, I invite you to come over to my place or this location to do this Reiki circle. If you have questions, PM me. That simple is going to help you connect. Okay? And that's also a really great opportunity to explain what Reiki is. So even if people don't come to your circle, they know that you're a Reiki practitioner and you may be taking clients, you know. So here we go. The day before the Reiki event is a great day to text the people that you know in town that might want to come. So if you're in a very well-established community like I am, with, you know, I probably have over 100 students in Bozeman, the day before, I just text everyone because I really want to get it in front of them. So most people need to see an event in like 7 different ways before they'll actually click in their brain that they want to go to it. So if one's a Facebook post, one's a Facebook Live, one's a flyer, one's a text message, one's a private Facebook message, you're getting in front of them, and that's what you want to do. And then the day that you are hosting your Reiki circle, you really want to make sure the area that you use is clean and inviting. So I often use my home, but it takes a couple hours to make sure I have my kids' stuff cleared out and that the space is looking nice with a table set up. You know, often I'll do a 2-hour Reiki circle with a potluck afterwards, and that's the way I advertise it. And so that's a really great opportunity to not only do and practice the Reiki, but then socialize with like-minded people afterwards. So I often also invite children to my Reiki circles. I think it's really important to have children be exposed to Reiki and normalize it for this upcoming generation, so that it's easier for them to see alternative therapies and have other ways to heal and other ways to cope. So oftentimes I'll invite children, have a room that they can play in, or be nearby a park or something where they can come in and out and it just be normal. And oftentimes the children will want to take turns on the table. So when they do pop in and out, I ask, anyone ready for to try some Reiki? And then if we're in between, they'll hop on. Oftentimes they'll giggle and they'll be on the table for maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then they jump off and go run away. But it's the exposure that's the important part. I love Reiki families. I think it's super important. And then when you're actually doing the Reiki circle, what I often do is spend the first 5 minutes having everyone share their name, their Reiki experience level. Because if you have a Reiki group of all Reiki masters, you're going to treat it very differently than if you have all newbies, never done Reiki before, and are very little experience. So you want to kind of gear how you're going to talk to what their level is. And so the host is responsible for holding the space for the group, and that is partly explaining what Reiki is, explaining how to do it no matter what level you're at. Even my level zeros are welcome at the Reiki Circle. Hey Ann, thanks for watching. So when I start, I will explain what Reiki is, and it goes something to the effect of, Reiki is a hand healing modality that comes from Japan. It uses universal life force energy, and it flows through me and then fills me up and then overflows out my hands in abundance to whoever's lying on the table. And so it's not my energy, it's universal love and light, and it feels really good for anyone receiving or giving. And so this is an opportunity for us to both give and receive and share with one another. So Reiki is a light hand healing touch, and we're just going to place our hands lightly on the body in non-sensitive areas. So anywhere where we feel like it's sensitive, or even if you just don't want to touch, you're more than welcome to just hover above the body. So breast, groin area, the pubic area, we just want to hover a few inches above the body just to make sure no one's uncomfortable. And then what else do I say? I let them know that Reiki is an opportunity to heal body, mind, and spirit. If you're open to receiving, you can have shifts on any of those levels if it's for your highest good and the highest good of all. And so that's basically enough. You know, a nice 30 seconds, minute speech on what Reiki is really important, and it's a great way to practice in front of a group and really start practicing your elevator speech, because that's what they're going to need to know. A nice 60 seconds, this is what Reiki is. And then from there, I ask people to either hold hands or stand around the table before we get started, and I just bless the space. So I'll open the Reiki circle like this. I call upon our spirit guides, guardian angels, power animals, those compassionate, healing, love, and light entities to join with us. May each of us receive a perfect healing of the body, mind, and spirit if it's for our highest good and the highest good of all. If any of us have a release, may it go to Mother Gaia for her reuse and recycling. Blessed be. Simple, right? So then I ask for the first person who wants to volunteer to lie face up on the table. And you want to make sure you're using proper words, because if you say lie on your back, it has some people may be triggered from sexual trauma and those type of things. So you always want to say you want people face up or face down, depending on where you want them on the massage table. I usually do people face up, and then just kind of guide the group. So I usually pick a spot where I'm modeling for others. So either at the on the belly area, on the head, and just showing them, you know, keeping your fingers together or lightly going to touch, and just envision that white light energy coming through your crown chakra, filling you up and overflowing out your hands with this lovely love and light energy that's to heal. only healing is being brought through. And so in that way, everyone gets a turn. So I would say, depending on the size of the group, you're going to be doing 5 to 10 minutes per person. If it's a really small group, let's say 4 people, it's more like 20 minutes a person. And then everyone gets a chance. And so I just play some meditation music in the background and really enjoy the Reiki share. At the end of each person's session, I give an opportunity to share what they experienced, both as the receiver and as the person offering Reiki, because some of those insights can be really helpful for the person on the table. So that's key. Everyone gets a turn at the end. You know, I make sure I thank my guides, thank for everyone joining here, and thanking all of the people who have come, and then I switch into social mode and go into potluck. So that's the way I do it. If you do it drastically differently, I would love to hear your comments. Go ahead and post them below. But that's the basics 101 on how to offer a Reiki share or Reiki circle. Take care, guys.